On late Thursday, the Ninth Circuit Court of Appeals released their ruling on Donald Trump's Muslim travel ban, during which three judges on that panel, all three judges on that panel, a unanimous decision by that panel, said, no, President Trump, your travel ban doesn't pass muster and we cannot uphold the legality of it. Immediately after this, Donald Trump tweeted out in all caps, "See you in court. The nation's security is at stake." And here's the thing that Donald Trump has to understand at this point. Four different judges have looked at this. The case that was appealed to the Ninth Circuit had a one-judge panel, obviously. Ninth Circuit has three judges. All four of those said, no, this doesn't work. Two were appointed by Republicans, two were appointed by Democrats. So we literally have a bipartisan group telling you that your bill is essentially gibberish. Because when you look at what the Ninth Circuit said, they weren't expressly focused on the executive order itself. They were talking about the fact that the executive order, the way it is written, does not make sense, not just legally, but grammatically, as a document, as an article. They can't make sense of it, were their words. We cannot make sense of it. They can't find any reason why people from those specific 7 countries of the Muslim faith should be banned from the United States. The White House Department of Justice did not present a good enough argument to validate this ban. And that's something that a lot of people have kind of glossed over with the Trump administration, is the fact that Donald Trump obviously does not know what he's doing. He has no legal background. He has no political background where he would even write laws. As far as the no legal background, he has no idea what is legal and what is not. And this is a problem that we're going to see with a lot of Donald Trump's executive orders. We're already starting to see that with his executive order greenlighting the Dakota Access Pipeline, which that challenge is going to be heading to court soon too. And it's because Donald Trump isn't smart enough. He doesn't have the training necessary to be the president of the United States. So yeah, he's gonna screw up because he doesn't know any better. And that's dangerous. That's why all this talk during the campaign about we need an outsider, somebody that hasn't been in Washington, that's bullshit. Look, I get that you don't want somebody who's been corrupted by corporations, but first of all, you elected the guy who is literally a corporation, probably the most corrupt one in the country, but he also has no idea what he's doing. And he's surrounded himself with evil idiots who have no idea what they're doing. So yeah, Trump can appeal this, which would now go directly to the Supreme Court, likely in an emergency hearing type situation. And that, once again, is going to end very badly for Donald Trump, because what's on the court right now? An empty seat. We have 4 against 4. And if the 4 liberals on that court say that this travel ban is unconstitutional or illegal in any way, then the decision would obviously then become deadlocked if none of the Republicans on the court vote with the Democrats. In the case of a deadlock, it's going to go back down to the decision of the Ninth Circuit Court of Appeals, and that is that this executive order is gibberish. It makes no sense. It's illogical, and it should not be a law. And that will be the complete undoing of Donald Trump's travel ban, because he was so arrogant to think that somebody who doesn't understand what the law is could be put in a position of power in the United States to actually write those laws. So I hope he does appeal it. I hope it goes to the Supreme Court, and I hope they smack him down. Because at this point, Donald Trump could use a little bit of a reality check.